and you'll find that out. Okay, you might win much easier the next time, but you might lose the next time also if you won before by by a near win by your Pokemon's will. So this is the options button. This is what I do first. I do all this first before I even leave my room. Okay, your text speed is how fast it will be when the game's telling you words. So I usually keep it on medium just to keep it cool. Okay. So battle scene, I usually keep that on to keep it interesting. Now the battle shell, I keep it on set. I don't keep it on shift. Now, if you want it on shift, it's better for you beginners. Okay, if you don't know how to play, it's better to keep it on shift, because when you're in a battle and some trainer is about to send out another Pokemon, it tells you the Pokemon that's coming out, and if you want to switch your Pokemon to battle that Pokemon to have an advantage. Okay? If you keep it on set, it's actual trainer battle set. So it's like the trainer sends out the Pokemon. Unless you know what the Pokemon's coming out from that trainer, you won't know until you battle it. And you're stuck to have to return your Pokemon. And when you release and send out your Pokemon, it can get attacked by that Pokemon's move because you give up a turn. Alright, so that makes it more realistic, and that's usually why I pick that. Okay, the sound I keep normal as mono, but I might keep it as stereo for real. Why not? Just to make it interesting. Okay, if people have surround, I guess that would be kind of cool. Okay, button mode, I changed this completely. It's on help. When you have it on help, it's L and R automatically. You press either one and you get help immediately. Now it gets annoying after a while because you accidentally press it so much if you have a smartphone because it's at the top of the screen. So I usually change that instead. I don't put it to L and R because, of course, you press both of them at the same time by accident, it pops up. Okay, L and A is what I pick because it's least likely to happen. Now the frame type I pick is this frame type because this is the movie that we're making, so it's the concept frame of the movie theme frame. Okay, so as you'll see, it will go off the basis and the concept off of me. So of course it says, do you want to save? I say yes, and it's gonna say that the first time you save. Okay, now the next time and the second time you save, it says, would you like to save the game? Yes. There is already a saved file just in case if somebody else is on your game. It will warn that person. Are you sure? Is it okay to overwrite it? Okay? If you want to overwrite it, or if that person knows that they should overwrite it, you press yes, and it will save again and will resave it. Okay? Thank goodness it saves so much data so quick. Like, there's so much information on this game, I don't know how it saves so fast, but that's the good part. So, we're going to continue and embark on our adventure. Let's go. Now, this is the long concept, and we'll get there, but of course, we have to deal with the long part and the boring part in the beginnings. Okay, so there's our mom. So this is what makes it confusing in the beginning. How I want to explain how I come into the Pokemon realm, and it makes it more confusing. Okay, so she says, right, all boys have to leave home someday. It said so on TV. Oh yes, Professor Oak is next door. He was looking for you. Okay, so in this concept, this is like, as I want to say, the after fact, an aftermath of me popping into the Pokemon world, okay? I find out that I am in the Pokemon world, and this is the aftermath, okay? Now, as I want to say and want to continue, I will get to the next concept of what is going to really happen next, alright? Now, what really ends up happening is, I might as well explain now. We will go to the lab right now while the professor is not there. Which happens to be what happens, okay? You could come to the lab because you think that you're coming to the lab. Of course, If you don't know, this is the Pokemon Lab, and you will be able to find out by just looking around and seeing these signs, okay? So, of course, it would be that's how. So, I'm just gonna do it by the gameplay, and this is how it happens. Is this right? As she says, that's right. But, no, look. Okay, I'll look. Now, I'm gonna start trying to interact with the characters like I'm there. So, I'm gonna get into that concept, of course, but right now it's in the beginning. I'm trying to explain and develop it inside to outside to explain everything. It's going to take some time. I'm trying to catch up developers also, and children, and older people who want to learn the game and that are interested. So press start to open the menu. Of course, that's what we already know. Okay. Now, this is how you usually find out where everything is. This is Pallet Town. Shades of your journey await. That's one sign. Now, if you want to find out, this is Stefan's house, my house, or your house. Your guy or girl can be any name that you would like them to be. Doesn't matter what it is. It can be a freaking swear word. I've met trainers. I've seen trainers who name their own names, including their Pokemon, swear words. So you can have all types of fun doing whatever in this game, which is cool. Right here is Taz's house, of course, and your rivals, whichever name you make them. So, as it will be, thank you, good sir. This is the research lab. Technology is incredible, yeah. Okay, we'll find that information out later. Okay, now as I wanted to explain, you see how big the lab is. The lab is real small. So of course, if they make a new video game, I first and for concept most would want them to make the town much bigger, much more bigger, because the lab has to be huge. Okay, if they make the TV series or movie, it makes it much easier because it's development. I keep turning the screen. I gotta stay still. It makes it much easier because fucking yeah, like I said, I warned about profanity and all that stuff. I stretched and I got a cramp, so it came out. It'll be much easier for the developers in a movie to create the lab more how the lab should be made than how it is made in a game. So it's going to be kind of hard, and if they can pull it off, it'd be awesome. Of course, they make the town a little bit bigger, you know what I mean? Even if they made extra houses or so, it just make the town a bit bigger. I keep turning the screen. I gotta stay still. Okay? Like, the town's too small, including adding Ash's house into it. Also, like, his mom's house. Okay, his mom could just be there. It's just sitting there. Hi, blah, blah, blah. Nice to meet you. New in town. Mr. Mom could be sitting inside of the house or inside the house a couple times. A couple scenes that you do, and he could be sitting outside, It'd be kind of cool. Now, the Pokemon Lab, as I want to explain, there's a big story behind it. Now, how they should make it and how they should have it is they should have multiple layers. Now, they should have it that when you come into the lab, of course, as it shows right here in this area, you come in, of course, they have the normal section of this, and it's like a secret normal space, okay? And in the secret normal space is where the bookshelves are and everything, and you see the researchers there, just posing and just sitting here and acting like, the lab's just a normal lab, but it's huge, so it's like, you wonder what's in the lab if you're an outsider and you don't know about the lab. So then it should come in, It should be sectioned off though, like to the left side that you come in also, like, and there should be a see-through floor like that you can see through, and there should be like a swirly ramp that you can come down and come through on, and there should be a battle floor. Now there should be a battle arena that's also in the lab. So also you end up having a battle arena inside the lab also. That's like, in here in the lab. Now that would be understandable, as you'll know in a little bit when we get further, or the reason why I'm saying that they should have a battle lab. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't make sense on this game, but how they developed it, they still did a good job. It's still fun and it's still awesome. Now it's role playing, so of course I'm gonna have to do the in-depth to make it happen. So of course it ends up going into a swirl into the battle arena, which there's a humongous amount of area, like including up to the ceiling. Like the ceiling's super high, also super high, and the arena goes down to a lower level a little bit, more of a lower level, and there's a good amount of deal of open space because of battle. So there's enough space. The lab has enough space that, like, as I'm going to explain, like explosions can happen, like battle move sets can happen. That there's enough space that the lab can be impacted, but it won't be destroyed as bad. Like, it's still stable and supportable. That, like impacts cannot really do too much damage to the building. It sounds like a lot, but it'd be worth it to us. It'd be worth it to us as Pokemon trainers. Now, in the movie, this shit would be awesome. So they can get it done easily, develop it easier. But in the game, if they make it that huge, that's why I'm saying they gotta make the town more bigger. It'd be much better. Okay. So the impact of that would happen. Of course, the battle floor would be there to make it much more interesting. And then it will swirl over, and then it will be the battle floor, and then it will swirl over into another section that will go back to the right. That will be underneath this section of the bookcase and all that stuff, and swirl in, and then you come in here, and then there would be another little room. There'd just be another room, and it would have computers, like a major, like big TV screens against the wall, like a major like broadcast center practically, but it would be like the research center. Like over here, it would be like, they'll be sitting right here against, like, and it'll be the research center where as I'll explain, and it'll be the giveaway where the developers will be sitting there doing research and connecting, like, from upstairs, which would be back in here, which would be the computer section, and also if they can make an elevator that goes from like this section that is the research section that goes upstairs, that you can come upstairs and you come out and you come, because they're both on the right side. It'd be kind of cool also. And then you can come out and come upstairs, because that's important too in the movie. But or some steps also, yeah, like steps in an elevator. That would be cool. They come out and da da da. But for the research center, of course, it's where they connect from the outside into the inner world also. So they're building an inner world for Pokemon and its environment, which I'll say for now. They're building an environment also. So they'll be developing an environment. And so this area that is downstairs from the Pokemon Battle Arena that's in the lab, it'll be like the research area where they're building the environment for the Pokemon, alright? So they're developing it in the beginning process.